folks. I think I'm live. Got to do the routine check. Make sure everything's going according to plan. Let's see. Looks like I'm good. Yeah. Chilling. All right. What's up, Roku? All right. So this tier list, good lord, was a pre-made one, but I changed up the tiers, of course. So this is made by this guy, Gunshot. So thanks to that guy. Let's see. I haven't really looked at any of the characters yet, so I think I might do that first. Really quick. And then just to go over the tiers. So we have at the very top the best tagger ever. Then we have the vice captain type beat. And then we have those that are kind of swifty. They can catch a few people, someone that can catch at least one person, and then after that it kind of all just crumbles slowly. So you have the one that complains that someone is only targeting them. Then you have someone that calls timeout just before they get tagged. I know we've been there before. The ones that try to cheat and say they didn't get tagged, but know damn well they got tagged. Then you got the ones that got caught immediately. And then the ones that are just absolute garbage. And what are they even doing here? So those are the tiers. Hopefully those are at least specific enough to place all these people. And I already see, like, we have devils in here, and then we have the ancient demon at the bottom. I think we're going to save them for last. So I plan on just going through, like, from top to bottom. And then, yeah, we'll come back to all the devils and all that good stuff and place them for fun. Because I feel like it wouldn't be fair in real time to place them. I don't think. Not all of them, at least. But, okay. So, I'm just going to get started. I'm not really expecting a ton of people in this stream. But, of course, if you guys have any questions or things you want to talk about, feel free to put it in the chat. Okay, so the first one is Asier Silva. I don't know where I would put her, to be honest. I think, you know what, she can at least catch a few people just based on lore. Even though she did lose to Vonica in like a much lesser state. But I mean, she was weakened. I don't know. I don't think she'd be that great, but I think at least lore-wise, she deserves to be there. But she could change. We'll see. And then we got, what's his name? Alec Dora? I believe it's Alec Dora. He's got the sand magic, so I don't know. Actually, he would be really good, because if you think about it, he's got sand magic, and he had one of the most impressive, like, ways to, like, map out a whole area. I think he mapped out the entire kingdom when the Diamond Kingdom first came out. So if he can do that, he would be really good at tag. However, I should have mentioned, let me put him back and let me talk about how this is going to go. So these are fastest tagger, like, in the West sort of vibes. So if you're not familiar with that rendition of tag, what that means is that everyone's set within the boundaries. The boundaries here are just the Clover Kingdom. And then there is no just one tagger. Literally everyone participating is a tagger. However, if you get tagged, you are just out. So it goes on until only one person is left standing. So that's what I'm going to play off of. I think that's going to be the easiest. So considering that, if we bring Alec Dora back, then I don't think he ends up doing that well. I think he can maybe catch one person. Because mapping out the entire kingdom and all that stuff he's got to be stationary for that. And it's not really going to help him with moving targets. And I don't see it. I don't see it. This guy, absolute garbage. What are you even doing here? I don't. I forgot his name, but good lord, anyone in the Spade Kingdom like resistance is just garbage, and they're just gonna go here automatically. So hopefully he's the only one. Asta, Asta in a game of tag. I'm trying to think like with everyone else. Like look at who we have. Asta's got some pretty impressive speed feats. Um, as far as ooh, Helix, you're banned, my guy. And Nash is not getting anywhere on this list, except for Dead. Well, if he's on here, I'll make a whole different section for Dead. Um, see, Austin could definitely catch a few people. Kind of swifty. Does he go there? Because I'm trying to see. Yeah, I would say vice captain for now. Like he's over kind of swifty. He can definitely catch a few people for sure. I don't know if I want to put him at best tagger ever type of like, uh type of mage. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see how that tier ends up looking later on. Beelzebub will come back to, but of course he would probably be one of the more dominant ones. Um this guy's getting caught immediately. After what he's shown, I don't think he's garbage either. I think, yeah, he just gets caught immediately. He's just trash, but not absolute garbage. I forgot this one's name. I know she's like the Witch of Ash. Uh, I don't remember what she really did, to be honest. She wait, so she actually had to catch people to stay young, if I'm recalling correctly, right? So she would be up there. She can at least catch a few people. At that point in the series, though, I I don't think she could hold up like later. I mean, she really didn't. She got caught, and then we never saw her again. So I'll put her next to Sierra. I feel like that should be fair for now. For now. Sorry, I need to plug in my computer before it dies. Um, Jay, don't come back. It's gonna be a tier list about tag. Um, sorry, my computer thing is all tangled. All right, we're back. We're back. Okay, who's next though? Charlotte. Charlotte, I think will do really well. Actually, she could span out her vines or whatever you want to call them, her briars, pretty far. Um, Probably trap a few people before actually touching them. So I'm also going off of the pretense that you have to touch them, like hand to body. So I do think she does well. She definitely does better than Asier in these two. Maybe I'm misplacing these two, but I think she would fall under kind of Swifty. Definitely is below Asta. Um, yeah, let's put her there for now. Charmy Papiston. Charmy Papiston. In a game of tag, she's getting caught immediately. She's going to be too busy eating, I feel like. He looks Asta's anti-magic attracted to magic. He's the right. He would be the ultimate chaser, but I'm thinking in like the beginning phase, it wouldn't be beneficial, right? And then let's say, okay, inevitably the higher source of mana could end up being someone like who knows exactly how that power operates, and he could use it to his advantage. Like, I don't. I think we're gonna have to wait to see who's really up here in the best tagger ever box, and then we'll kind of rank them within their ranks. Donatio, absolute garbage. Don't know what you're doing here. Dante. Now this is an interesting one. He's got the power of gravity. He's got singularities. I mean, but the point is not absolutely annihilating someone. So has Dante used his gravity in a way where, I mean, he's definitely used it to avoid getting tagged. I don't think that's an issue, but could he last till the end of the game? If he decides not to wait a year to get better, I think he could. I think I could put him along with Asta. I Dante, he also doesn't really have like the greatest speed feats for me. Reactionary feats are great, but his speed feats, I don't recall anything crazy either. But I think he's at least on par with Asta. I think that's fair. I don't know who this guy is. He's garbage. He's Golden Dawn. He's one of the dead ones, I think. So yeah, no. Dorothy. You know what? She's gonna be our first best tagger ever, right? And like, she caught Yami in her dream world, and I mean, if she can, I don't know, but if Yami can beat her, because he busted her dream world. So as long as okay, I don't know. Maybe I don't want her best tagger ever, because then you actually have to make physical contact, and I don't think she can get. But she got close enough to Yami in that tournament thing, in that captain's battle royale, and that could be a tag. So yeah, I'm gonna keep her at best tagger ever. The way she snuck up on Yami was bar none. Like if you can avoid key, like his key reading, then you're probably one of the best. I feel like, you know what I mean. And that means Asta probably can't keep up that well. So we'll go with that for right now. Nolith, good lord. We have Fauna and then Fauna. Fauna is I don't I don't know. Fauna's just kind of she's just a character that's kind of there. But I would say she gets caught immediately. We haven't seen anything impressive from human Fauna at least. Broku, you just noticed an error on Viz that's making you rethink some theory. Oh, what kind of error did you see? I'm curious to know now. Elf Fauna though, I think she'd be the type to complain that someone's targeting her. I don't know. Is she? Can she catch one person? Did she ever catch a body in the Elf arc? I can't remember that well. Because if she didn't catch a body, you're not catching one person. Fonzel, he's up here. I think he's going to be kind of swifty. He's a smart guy, right? Wind mage as well. So definitely up there. Finroll. This is interesting. So our current Finral can definitely teleport, like, without opening up a doorway or a portal. So that'll help him not get tagged. And actually it'll help him I think he could be one of the best taggers ever. One of the best. Then we got the dude from the heart. Absolute garbage. What are you even doing on this list? What's this guy's name? I keep forgetting all the time. He came in with Garderoy. It starts with a C, I think. Broku, you're saying on the app it states that right after Liebe manifested anti-magic, the Grimoire chose Asta, but they fixed it in the physical release. So Liebe manifested anti-magic at least days prior to. Yeah, that's kind of how I took it. It seemed to work out kind of perfectly, right? Yeah, that is interesting. I'd have to look at that again. Um, Foyal, that is his name. Um, okay, Foyal. Foyal was doing really well in the Golden Dawn base, guys. And he's got the power of mist that he can hide and multiply his, or not multiply his actual body, but make those illusions. So he's up here. That's weird to see a disciple of his caliber with Dante and Asta for that matter. Because Asta would have wiped the floor with Foyal. But yeah, I think that's fair. They were really struggling against him. Okay, so then we have Fuegoleon. Um, s- uh, I think. Can he catch one person? He got caught slipping hard when he was fighting against Roddy's. I really don't think he's going to be up here. I want to put him at the. He calls timeout just before they get tagged. I, f- I mean that's kind of what he did for in the first chapter back. He's like, well, they wanted us to be Wizard King, but I decided I didn't want to, so I don't know. I don't think I don't think he's gonna fare off that well. Could he catch one person? No. No. Not with his hands. He's missing an arm. He's at an actual disadvantage. So, I mean, yeah, he's got the firearm, but that's magic. No magic, like you can't be touched by magic. You can to help you out, but I think that's a solid rule not to go. Um, the Toilet class did fold him. However, I think he was just messing around. If Foyal was actually serious, if any of those antagonists were serious, from the jump, like Garderoy accomplished a lot more because he wasn't really playing around. Like he wanted to kill. But would Garderoy? I think with his magic, it's just rock magic, amped by devil magic. He could at least, well, I mean, he caught everyone else. He can catch a few people. I don't think saying he's swifty or anything above that is fair for Garderoy. But he did level quite a few people fairly quickly. So, maybe it's fair. Maybe it's fair because his type of magic is not it's not really mid range and long range. It's actually close range. So he would have had to close in on them pretty easily to get there. So we'll put him at kind of swifty, I think. But compared to like these beasts up here, he wouldn't do that well. I don't feel like. Um, okay. Garderoy, Gaja. He got tagged in the realest way, so he loses to Lola Pechka off rip. So we'll say that much. Oh, I didn't put him there, but he's not caught immediately. Uh would he be the best tagger ever? He did. He was looking good just before the Spade arc, and then with luck, he okay. So in context, he was keeping up with luck in a ultimate like form state, ultimate magic form state, which I think says a lot. So I think I'm good putting Gaja up here. I think it'd be stupid not to. Um, who is this guy? Is this those no, it's not. Who is this? Okay, you're garbage. You're crying in the picture. It's just a game of tag, bro. Gauch. Gauch might actually be kind of a monster at tag. Like he might actually be uh he might be a real problem at tag. Because you have the mirror clones. You might be thinking you're tagging Gauch, but it's actually just a mirror clone. Like he could hide out somewhere. He could tag you from. And with his mirrors, he can make you. He could make you go to any spot he wants you to corral you and then tag you. I think he. I think he could be one of those problems. I think he's up there. I think he's up there. Who in the? I can't even see who this is. Um, yeah, I don't know who this is. Oh, isn't this one of the people that invaded the Clover Kingdom with this witch? If so, then he gets caught immediately because that's exactly what happened. And then we got this guy. Now this would be cool. His game magic is pretty lit. However, I think it is only limited into things that he's been pouring his mana into for a while. And I don't. if the playing field is a Clover Kingdom, I don't know. I he's going to be one of these types. Yeah, he's going to try to cheat and say he didn't get tagged, but knows damn well he got tagged. Like he's used to being a game master, I think. Um, Ooh, Guimodella would be good. We're gonna save the Devils for last though. Guimodella would be sick. Um, the Kiato's dad. He got folded pretty quick. Um, I don't think he cheat. Would he call timeout? No, he's not one of those. Uh Maybe does he get caught immediately, or can he catch one person? I really, when I'm talking like current people, I'm not seeing him up here. I'm gonna say he gets caught immediately. I'm saying he gets caught immediately. You guys let me know if I'm misplacing anybody. Um, then we got Gordon. Gordon's poison magic would be, you know what? Actually, okay, to put it like this, Gordon could use his poison magic uh, to like slow and incapacitate people until he can actually tag them. I think that would be really good. He could definitely level out the playing field by at least slowing people down. He doesn't have to tag them himself, but he can definitely level the playing field with people that he's caught with his poison magic and have someone else tag them uh, in this way. So I think I feel comfortable putting him right here. He can catch a few people for sure. I don't think he would last till the end of the game, though, is where he kind of falls short for me. Um, Ron is canonically great at tag. They did say that. However, he's now got some really stiff competition. I hope Ron is on this list. Because he definitely should be. This is the list for him. I guess he's not. I guess that kind of evens everything out. These are all living people for the most part. So I guess it's fair. But yeah, Ron should be. He would be the best tagger ever. He would be one of the ones. Gray, absolute garbage. Would she be absolute garbage? She's between getting caught immediately and like she should even be here. But if Gauch is all the way up here, they're working together. There's no way. There's no way that Gauch is gonna let her get tagged, and she's not gonna. She's not gonna leave his side. I guess the question then becomes: is Gauch gonna be the one to tag her and be a complete asshole about it? Maybe at the end, but I feel like by proxy I have to put her with Gauch because I feel like they would be teaming up until the very end, and I feel like that's not going to be very popular, but I have to. Gildray, absolute best tagger. He's above Dorothy. We're putting him there. Best tagger in the game. No debate. No debate. Shouldn't even be a question. Who's touching him? Asta. Asta can. But has he learned from their encounter? Like, are there things he can do? He can set things up to make sure that Asta doesn't make it as far, so that Gildray has a better chance. Because if Asta's off the playing field, who really can stop him? There's not one person up here so far that can actually stop him. Dorothy's a. I don't know, but Dorothy was down there too, and they were all chasing him. So, like, albeit she was sleeping, but she's always sleeping. So she didn't pull up on him with that same energy she pulled up on Yami with. So I think Gildray's still up there. Gildray's still up there. So we're doing that. Oh, this is a tough case, and I'm going to tell you why. So this disciple was probably like my least favorite. She had the nails, right? Or just the body supplements or something like that. It was the nails, right? Or was it something else? Anyway, I know she wouldn't have been charming. Um, I'm gonna save it for later. You guys remind me exactly what her attribute was, because I keep wanting to say it's nails, but I think it's not. Is it hair? It's hair. Okay, so I would see. I would say it's fair to put her on the same level as Charlotte, because I did say for Charlotte, um, Charlotte could spread out her briars and tangle people up to make them get tagged, and she should be able to do the same with her hair. So, and you know what? No, no, no. I did say hand to body, because I was going to say she could tag people with her hair since it's actually a part of her. But no, we're going to go with hand to body, and I think it's only fair to put her with Charlotte because I said that about Charlotte. Is that fair? I don't know. That's kind of what I like about these. Like, she would be down here as far as power scaling goes. But when it comes to like tags, she might be kind of efficient. Not the best, but definitely better than some. Yeah, I'll put her there. Hammy, you're dead. You don't even belong here. What a waste. Okay, Heath, you're dead too, but I'll respect your time. Get it? That's for the real Black Clover fans. I keep doing that. Okay. So we got Heath Grice. Heath had the ice magic. Was the mist a part of his ice magic? I can't remember. Or was that just like the henchmen that were with him? I feel like it was just the henchmen. Then he had the ice. You know what? He's pretty good with the the ice magic because if I remember correctly, he was able to levitate his icicles, pointing at like the whole crowd of people. So if he can just corral someone like that, and then like forfeit, almost like you do in paintball, how like if you're able to get close enough to shoot someone in the face, you don't actually shoot them; they just like forfeit the game. I feel like he could do something of that level, but we didn't see any great speed feats from him either. However, I feel like he's a planner. He is. He's actually on record being a planner. So I think I'm going to say he can catch a few people. He can catch a few people for sure. This guy, you're not even on the field, my guy. Another diamond mage, you're not even on the field. What are you doing, Henry? You should be dead. Not. Okay. Biases aside, is Henry actually good at tag? And it has to be his physical hand to someone else's body, not the whole Black Bull's base. Could he? I don't think he'd make it. What can he do? No, he shouldn't even be there. You think Kingsman? You think Heath is going to get caught immediately? I don't feel like he would. Cause like, yeah, he might think a lot, but he's pretty efficient at least. He just got caught off guard by the anti magic. Um, I'll hear you out though. I'll hear you out. This guy was the nails, right? I don't remember these like low tier disciples. This was like all filler for me. I know she's up there, but if this is the nail guy, I don't. He's just got that face. Like he would call timeout just before he gets tagged. Look at his face. That's exactly what he does. Look at Fuegolean chilling down here with the garbage like he should be. And then we got Jack the Ripper. Okay. So, for the most part, for anyone that's got, like, binding spells that would trap them in place, he'd be able to cut through them. So I'm not even worried about that. Speed feats, if I remember right, he was keeping up with Yami pretty well against Longreese. And Longrease's magic is pretty instantaneous. But was he cutting through it? Don't remember. He was able to avoid Nama and Lilith's initial attack, which is a fairly decent speed feat, I think. Anything other than that I'm missing, though? 'Cause if not, I feel like I've got to put him at kind of swifty. I don't, I don't know what else he could do to really, uh, really change the game there for himself. I think kind of swifty's fair. He can definitely catch more than a few. He's fast, but could he outdo? Could he outdo Foyal? Could he cut through mist? I mean, Asta did, didn't he? So if he can take Foyal, I can put him above Foyal. He didn't do great against Dante. Couldn't really close that distance. Um, he kind of got there, but not without help, though. That's the issue. So I think right there is okay. Right there is okay for now. Just for now. Julius is dead. You don't even go here. Next. Just kidding. Okay. Julius. Got to be one of the best taggers ever. Where did he go? Okay. Gets caught immediately. Well, I mean, if we're going to be fair. If we're going to be fair, you guys. He did get caught immediately by Lucius. He was, before this series even started, he was done. It was over. So if we're being really, really, really technical, he gets caught immediately. However, again, we gotta respect this man's time. Again, that's a pun for the Black Clover fans right there. He's got to be one of the best taggers ever. I still need to put him below Gildray, though. That's what I need to do. Because what do? He was right there, looking Gildray in his face. And what did he do? Nothing. I mean, was that on purpose? Who knows? But still. His magic is like, it's impermeable. Right? So, even if he couldn't even get caught in a chronostasis spell if Julius tried. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Gildray's winning right now. Julius is going to be too busy goofing around. Maybe, actually. I think that's actually something good to consider. But then again, we could take this another route for Julius. So, Julius employed Gildray, so he's got to know his ability of being impervious to all different types of magic, right? But then, if he really played the long con, he could use that transformation magic that he has. And just like, guys, because remember, the boundaries are the Clover Kingdom. So, if he disguises himself as someone other than himself, until Gildray thinks he may have won, he could pull the rug out from under his feet and just tag him and then untransform and reveal. So in that context, Julius is over Gildray. By a hair. By just a hair. We might have to revisit that, because at least I'm going to want to clean up the best tagger ever tier and like actually rank them. Okay, back down here we got the, what was her name? It was Kyoto and oh my goodness, I didn't realize how bad at remembering some of these characters I was. I remember exactly everything she's done, just not her name. What is she gonna do? She's not gonna catch one person. She's also not one of these types, but I'll put her right next to her dad. She gets caught immediately. Kaiser. Kaiser. I don't know. He didn't do well in the captain's like Royale either. He got cold cocked so hard by Fuegolian. what are his speed feats like? They're not crazy. His magic is pretty straightforward. It wouldn't really help him. He could avoid getting like ambushed by an attack that'll get him tagged, but he's also pretty big. So, is he really that fast? Um, he's not a cheater. He's a pretty cool guy. I think he just gets caught immediately. Yeah. And then Kyoto's actually he's got the moves. His footwork is nice. He's pretty agile. Um, I think Kyoto could at least catch one person. I'm looking at this crowd up here, and I'm thinking, could he actually catch any one of these people? And aside from maybe like Garter Roy, I'm saying no. And we know Gray's up there because of Gauch. So I'm not I'm not seeing what he could do. But he could catch one person, for sure. Um, Kaiser's the same as Gildray. His magic makes it impossible to catch him for anyone lower than. Well, the thing is that his is purely reactionary, right? Where Gildray has some aspects to his magic where he might need to be more reactionary, but if he just turns it, becomes impervious or impermeable, um, then he could remain like that. And I think the time limit for him is kind of low, but considering that some of these guys are debatably like faster than light, uh, this game could be over fairly soon. So he's still definitely out there, but I think Kaiser does get caught immediately because he can avoid getting physically touched though, I guess, with Vortex Magic. Could he last till the end though? I'm rethinking Kaiser, just for you, Kingsman. I I will only put him at can catch one person or can catch a few, but you have to let me know, Kingsman. And Gray's this high because I'm assuming she's paired up with Gauch until the end. That's the only reason why she's up there. Okay, Kirsch. He's got his magic is kind of good for this setting actually, because he could dominate a good majority of the playing field, right? So I'm gonna put him at least vice captain. I don't know if he'd be the best tagger. Mm, no, I might put him up here. I'm gonna put him up at best tagger ever. He's up there. Um, yeah, it would be really tough to escape him and all that. Remember, Asta played pretty much the main role in making sure that he wasn't able to, get off his magic. So, I'm gonna put him up there. Kirsch could be one of the problems. You think Kaiser can get two people? Okay, I will put Kaiser up with the ones that can catch a few. That's as high as he's ever gonna get, though. Klaus, I love the guy, but I feel like he falls under one of these ridiculous ones. Like, would he call timeout just before someone gets tagged, or would he try and cheat and say he didn't get tagged? I think he would cheat and say he didn't get tagged. He seems like one of those. I feel like. Ladros. Now we got speed feats on speed feats for Ladros. Um, Magic is overwhelming. If people try to use magic on him, he's just going to absorb it. He's really overwhelming. So he's between vice captain and best tagger ever, I think. Um, he's what do you okay? So if I even consider him as best tagger ever, who's he beating up here? Because he's not catching Gaja. He probably won't be catching Finral either, or Dorothy. Mm, I think Kirsch is his best bet. But other than that, especially with Gauch up there, he's at a complete disadvantage. I'm going to put him at vice captain. That could change. But he also high key falls under one of these cheating categories at the same time. So, yeah. Longreese, like I said, this is not to the death. He could use his magic in more creative ways, I guess, like how Zora kind of dug trap holes. He could make a trap hole himself. But I mean, most of these mages can fly. He could at least avoid getting hit with magic that could end up with him getting tagged. So there's that. But could he actually catch some? He was using Seke for a ride for Lord. Like, I don't know. I don't think so, man. Uh, he's gonna have to stay there. He can catch one person. I think okay. Let's do this from now on. If they end up at like catch one person or above, I'm gonna be looking at the people above them, seeing who they could catch. So for these people, I would need to name like who that one person is up there that they can catch. Or actually, no, there's people below them that he could definitely catch. So never mind, that works. As long as they can catch someone on this list, they would be fine. And then Lumiere, Lumiere. I don't know. Zagrid kind of got him. Zagrid kind of got him. Uh, if he can get fooled by Zagrid, he can definitely get fooled by Gildray. If he got blindsided by Zagrid, so Dorothy can do the same. She did a lot of the same to Yami. I don't know if he's catching a Finral right now. Gaja, I don't know. I mean, those two have to be the closest in speed on this list right here. And then he's at a type disadvantage with Gauche. I don't know. You guys are gonna hate me, but I think Lumiere could actually he could catch a few people. I don't know how well he's doing in tag, you guys. That feels so weird to put him so low. But like, okay, he's got a ton of magic. He's got light magic though. Light magic is countered, uh, like by okay. If I'm looking at just the vice captain, he's countered by Asta, of course. Countered by Dante. Countered by Jack. Could probably get Foy out. Because his Lumiere's magic is more large scale, I guess, and could probably beat what Foyal was doing, at least. Against Ladros, I feel like it's a good matchup for Tag. Could go either way. But that don't mean I'll have to move Foyal and Ladros down, or I have to move Lumiere up. And I think it's only fair to move Lumiere up. So he's kind of swifty. This is fair. And he's at the top end of kind of swifty, for sure. Because he's beating Charlotte. He's beating everyone on this tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put him there. But yeah, damn, a Wizard King not at the top. Let's go. Okay, Leo. Ooh, you know what? You know what? You know what? He's going vice captain. I'm gonna tell you why. So the Crimson Eruption that he pulled, I was gonna put him at the bottom because that spell, at the moment, I was like, ooh, that spell might be too much. He might kill someone. But he was the disciple that he trapped in there was able to survive. And I don't think that would be due to just him being amped by a devil. Personally, because I mean they weren't all that great. So I'm wondering. No, actually, that could have killed someone because I forgot they did kind of heal, but that was because of Vonika's undying. Yeah, no. He definitely did kill him. So never mind. I mean, could he tone down the spell? Do you think? Because if he could, he could definitely like, mess up someone's chances. Uh, other than that, I don't know, Leo. He's kind of fast, right? No, he's not. I'm gonna put him right there with Klaus. Putting him right with Klaus. Okay. Latoya would actually be well suited for this game. I don't think she'd be the best tagger ever. However, she is above Foyal. I can say that. With her compass magic, she can navigate her way to through anything. That's exactly how they beat Foyal there. They needed Latoya. So I think she's up there, vice captain. Kind of sucks that Klaus is not up there, but not everyone's magic is suited for every single thing, so that's fine. Lit. Now this, damn it! Now I got to relook at Lumiere. So, man, this is tough. So, Lit was able to just like appear next to Asta and grab a sword from him way over casually. And this was, of course, a lesser Asta, so we only have these feats to go off of, which kind of sucks, but Asta's now much faster than that. So I think he'd be below Asta right now. I'm trying to think, can he beat anyone up here? Is he beating a Dante at tag? Because light magic doesn't fare well. I'm sorry, it's not light magic, guys. But okay. So Dante was doing well against all the swords with his body map. Wait a second. I didn't even hold up. Why didn't anybody say anything? Bro, Dante's up here. So Dante has body magic. I just completely overlooked it. I was just looking at him going like, oh, gravity magic. No, he could actually extend his arms and that would count, like, as a tag. So he's up there. He's up there. Anyway, sorry. I completely forgot that he had a different magic attribute too. Okay, Licked. Licked, I think I'm putting him with Lumiere, and I'm going to put him above Lumiere. I don't think he's doing that well against everyone else here. And I'm just going off of, like, he doesn't have his sword. He's got, like, his original stuff, which was just, like, the swords made of not light, as everyone likes to say. So I don't know. I'm going to put him there. You guys let me know. Libe, should we include him right now, or should we leave him with the Devils? I kind of want to include him because he's like not a devil. Plus, he wouldn't do that well, so I don't know. We'll keep him with the Devils. Lolopechka. She's trash. What is she doing? She trash. She's trash. She's trash. She's garbage. Shouldn't even be on the field. Devil Lolopechka though definitely clears Gaja. That's for sure. So there's that. Lotus, I gotta put him next to Gildre. And you might be thinking why. This is probably one of the cooler feats that I like to remember in this story. Is that he's got that spell that he can actually be completely invisible to the naked eye, and he can hide his mana completely as well. He did that with William in the Invasion of Catan, and he did that at the end of the dungeon arc. So I think that would hold him over really, really well. And then, of course, like what he did with Asa with his smoke magic, he can make the battlefield his, much like he does with, or much like Kirsch does with his magic. So that could prove really tough. And then what if though we had a smoke and mirrors combo? That's what I've wanted. Like, that's what I wanted. That would be an actual magic duo, where if all three of these guys teamed up, they could potentially win this entire thing. We'll keep going. Oh, Luciferus is up there. I don't know. We'll see. Luck. Okay. Luck is definitely up here, but who is he above? Is he above Gaja in his ultimate form? Because I took the panels of that fight as him keeping up with with Gaja in his original state, which is cool, but a lot less impressive because Gaja is just in base, right? So, could he catch a Finral? Probably. His Mana Sensory is really good. Could he? I could see him zipping around, keeping up with Finral. I could see him avoiding Dorothy. His Mana Sensory is really what's going to put him over the edge. It's like the next best thing to of Key. I'm thinking, because like we have to consider like what Luck does in the dungeon arc, right? Where she will, or he, I don't know what I was thinking. Where Luck was able to find Did he find Mars? Who did he find in the dungeon? He found somebody in the dungeon. He found Lotus in the dungeon immediately, and the dungeon is just full of like rampant mana, just random stuff. So if he's able to do that, he can definitely probably pinpoint exactly when and where Finral is going to show up next. So that's fair. I think he would avoid getting caught slipping like Yami did. What's he doing against Dante? Okay, this is a really good talking point right here. Luck should have been on the battlefield with Lucifero, because there is a type of lightning that does not follow the rules of gravity whatsoever. So I believe it's called orb lightning, or ball lightning is what it's called. So against gravity, he could have something. Against body magic, I mean, it doesn't really matter. If Dante can get easily just as tagged if he extends an arm as he can to tag someone. Catching Gildray is going to be an issue. Catching Julius is going to be a big issue as well. So I think that's a fair placement for him. Magna Swing. Yeah, he's going to complain that only one person is targeting him, and that person is going to be Luck. And he's not catching anybody. But then again, what if he does like a Soul Chain death match to someone? I mean, could he do it? And then they would be in just like a big slap box battle of who can get tagged first. Do I put him up with Dante for that? What can Magna do? Yeah, no, he's gonna complain. That's all that he can do. He's not gonna waste a Soul Chain death match on a game of tag. Out of the question. Mars. Mars has his clones. He could help out. I mean, the clones can't actually tag someone out, so keep that in mind. It has to be Mars himself. But they could definitely help corral his opponent. So, he's not one of the best. He wouldn't be vice captain. I think he could be up here, right? He's got... Yeah, I think he's at least beating these disciples. He's beating Fonzel. He's beating Charlotte. And that's where he stops. I think that's okay. Roland, that's a really good point. Baseball players are really bad at attacking people. So that's a fair point. Very fair. Marioliona, really, she's at least kind of swifty. At least kind of swifty. So I'm going to drop her there for now. But is she... she's catching. She's catching these people. So maybe she's at the bottom end of best tagger ever. She's got to be. She's beating this. She's beating these guys. She's beating him. How is she doing against Gaja, though? I'm going to put her right there. I think that's where she is. She's at the top, but she won't be winning the entire thing, I don't feel like. I think I'm comfortable in saying that. Mimosa, I don't know. You know what? If we did the same thing with Gray, we got to do the same thing with Mimosa, and Mimosa and Asa are a really good team. She literally hopped on his back, made sure he stayed healed, replenished, while he's able to carry out his business. I mean, if Oz is up there, then Mimosa's got to be there, and then they'll sort out how they're going to finish the game at the end. But I think if since we did that with Gray, we got to do it with Mimosa. This is Morgan? We don't even know. Morgan's dead. Morgan's dead. You got caught immediately. Before you didn't even get caught immediately. You were dead before the series started. You're done. Mario catches Yami. Yeah, but does Yami really try to get away from her though? That's the real question. Noct. Now Noct would be a menace at this game. So ooh. I think I've got to put him at least here. Is that fair? I'm putting him below Luck because I don't think he's been matched up with anyone that is on par with Luck speed-wise. Nama and Lilith were pretty fast, but I don't know. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, it does. Because then, is he even as fast as Luck in his fearless mode? So I don't think he's even touching Luck in pure speed. However, Luck still has a shadow regardless, and he could sneak up on him like he snuck up on Nama and Lilith fused. So I mean, your shadow has to go with you. So you're not faster than your own shadow, and but him teleporting. But then again, no one's really going to be focused on one single person usually in this format of tag. Remember, everyone's it. So if no one's really focused on him, he could definitely get around, and he doesn't even have to come all the way out. And that's how he's introduced. He tagged the dude and pulled him into another dimension. I say he might be above Luck, but I can't put him comfortably above Gildray. I can't do that. Not yet, at least. But then again, his Canis and Equus mode combined was pretty dope. Caught Lucifero super off guard. Although it didn't amount to much. If that were anyone else, or anything else, that could have been a lot of trouble. You could definitely tag someone like that. So, could you do that to Julius? Yeah. You know what? I might have to move Julius down for now that Noct is in the fray. That might be an issue. Because you got to not only avoid someone who has an army, including himself, that you cannot see or touch, or even just battle, but then you got to worry about your own shadow. But if he can see the future, right? Then again, he got caught slipping. I don't know, guys. This might mess me up a little bit. Yeah. We'll go back to it. Damn it. I thought I had that list figured out, but Knox kind of throws a wrench in everything. Okay. Morris. Actually, the final portions of his entire story in the manga was a literal game of tag, and he failed miserably. So you're going to be the type that cheats, though. So, like, what kind of cheater are you, though? Will he call timeout before he gets tagged? No. He'll stick it through. Complains that only one person? No. Yeah. Yeah. He's that type. He's the slippery type. Yeah, because he kind of had that thing with Mars, too. He's like, well, if it wasn't for Mars, I would have been fine. Whatever. Rax, there are no dragons in here. There'll never be dragons. Ever. Nebra, it's my woman crush Wednesday. Woman crush Wednesday. I don't know. No. She can catch one person. She can catch these feelings as well. But no, she hasn't done anything impressive like at any point in this series. So I think that's fair though, because she is her magic type, and the way she uses it is pretty tricky. So she can at least catch someone. Definitely can catch a guy like Magna if he's on the field. So there is that. Noelle. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Hold on. No, what are you doing? I'm gonna put you there, but she's not there by herself. I'm sorry. This is gonna upset people, but it is what it is. Okay. With paired up with Lil Pechka, they're winning at this game of tag until Vonica gets on this list, and I'm pretty sure I did see her down there. But even still, they tagged Vonica. They're up there. As long as she's got the Ludic Sanctuary and with the whole, the mermaid form, it's done. It's over. It's a wrap. Can Gildray still drown, though? Someone answer that question for me. If they dropped a bunch of water on the playing field, and this is true magic, is Gildray affected, and will he drown? That's my question. Because, and if you guys remember, in Naruto, they had Kisame in his shark form, or the Samehada form, and he had the moving, water prison that was huge. And the point of it was that he was the focal point of the entire, water bubble, right? So if anyone tried to swim away, as long as he'd keep swimming, the ball would move, and then inevitably he would just drown. As long as you don't have main character immunity or plot armor. Okay, Nozel Silva. I don't know. This guy is pretty smart, very smart actually. Her Nebra's attitude is shit. However, it's just tag. So, if it's true magic, he will drown. If it's not, then he has a chance. I think that's a debatable subject. You know what? Maybe it's not, because then, okay, let me put down Nozel really quick, and we'll kind of hash this out, because that's a really good question. I don't know, because look, when he activated his then not do anything. Let me add another source. I think it's working. It's working. Okay. My bad. My bad. Can you guys hear? I don't think I can hear anything on my phone. Let me add another source. Okay. Yeah, we're back. We're back. My bad. Is karma for the Dragon Slaying? No. No, 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 no. Doesn't work like that, homie. Okay, who are we talking about? Gildray. Okay. So if we acknowledge that if we acknowledge that like real things can actually touch him, the ground was touching his feet, but that means they could just peg him with a rock. And no one did that. You know what I mean? So I think it's just one of those like I don't know, cinematic flaws, I guess. For that power, it's I don't really think he would actually. Oh, that's so tough. That's tough. Maybe that should be a poll on Twitter. I'll do it later. Okay, Nozel. Nozel is definitely giving Ladros the work, so he's above that. He's up here, absolutely up here. Is he beating Foyal? Yes. He could also shield himself pretty well, right? So he could definitely avoid getting tagged. His reactionary speed is great. So I think up here is definitely where he should be. I'll rank him later within this tier though, because he might not be at the bottom, but he might not. He's definitely not at the top. Yeah, yeah. Then we got Patry. Patry. He did catch Julius under some pretty iffy pretenses. However, he did catch him. He was avoiding him the whole time pretty well. So I gotta put him up there. That was also with a Grimoire. Does that matter? With a Grimoire? Because the Grimoire shouldn't affect your speed, but it affects the applications of your magic. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it affects your speed. So I think I'm fine putting him there, right? He's there. No. Heart Kingdom, trash. Garbage. Roddy's. Roddy's can make the playing field really chaotic. Ooh, and I like the way that he was able to like disguise himself as one of his own puppets. So that could be a key factor. And although he doesn't have like speed feats like that, I'm gonna put him with the kind of Swifty group, just because he can add that element of chaos as well as disguise himself as one of his own puppets. That diversion itself might be good enough to at least catch a few people, if not be kind of Swifty tier. But he would be at the bottom. Faux show. With enough prep, you think Roddy solos this entire group? Rax, this is why we don't get dragons. Because you say things like that. How is Roddy's going to solo this entire group with prep time? With prep. I want to know. Who's this? Oh, this is the lightning guy from the Invasion of Catan. Lost to the first fodder that he got. I think he'll catch one person. I'll be fair. He did catch. He think he's nice enough to at least catch one person. You get caught immediately. So Ralph got bodied by the Grand Magic Zone coming from the Spade Kingdom to the Clover Kingdom, which is just so stupid. Like, dude. I mean, maybe in the time that his dad was alive, that'd be acceptable. But we have mages that literally train in like high magic zones, and they're fine. Like that's just their training zone. This is the death zone for him, so he gets caught immediately. Plumede, that would also be a good one, but we'll save that for last. Okay, so when are you going to debate Quan on Black Clover versus Seven? As soon as Seven Deadly Sins gets good enough for me to actually watch and have an actual opinion on. Brades gets a zombie with 100 arms. This is all hearsay. All hearsay. How would Roddy's prep for anti-mat? He just can't. And he can't prep for like a lot of this stuff up here. Like, he's not getting by a Gaja. Nozel's mopping the floor with him. Longreese absolutely steamrolling him. Foyal would make the playing field even more chaotic, even for his own zombies. I don't see it. Seven Deadly Sins is definitely not clear, by the way. Anyone in this series. Maybe like a couple of characters, though. This guy was an elf? Who is this? I don't know who this guy is. You guys tell me who that is. Because I don't remember. Revchi. Ooh. Yep. Yep. Revchi's up there. So, again, we had to do it with Gauche and Gray. We did it with Austin Mimosa. And we did it with Lilo Pechka and Noel. And I think, again, it's only fair if we put Revchi with Gildre. Because those guys are the partners. Those are the homies. And then, on top of all of that, Gildre, he has the spell he can put onto someone else as well, which he did do with Revchi. And if Revchi uses his chains like he did against... Oh, that's the elf that they did it against, wasn't it? That I didn't remember. Isn't that the same guy that they both went up against? But could cancel out their magic entirely and leave them completely defenseless. And it's an easy tag right there. So Revchi's up there. Revchi's up there. Raya, the disloyal. Okay, so he's fast. He falls shorter than Mario Leona. He's got transformation magic too. And that was a big factor on putting Julius as high up as he is right now. Oh, and I still didn't consider... Sorry. I might have to move Julius back. Like, I might have to move him back to the top. Because that transformation magic, if no one else sees you transform, then that's it. I mean, it'll be really tough to counter. So, I do feel like, under that pretense, Raya's just up there. Because he can do the same thing. He sat in the same room as Yami as well, remember that. As William. And Yami wasn't able to pick up on his key. So that's a huge, huge, huge thing. Yeah, and that's really the only thing. He's really quick, too. I'm not going to take that away from him. But the transformation magic, that's what'll get people. And then imagine, okay. Imagine using your transformation magic as, like, he turns into, I don't know. Let's see, who's paired up here? He pairs up, Gauche. Gauche would be really hard to take out, right? Or even Julius. Transform into Julius, get tagged on purpose. So then that way, you untransform. Julius is out. And if they catch him on the field, he's a cheater. There's going to be a lot of collusion there. So I don't know. Transformation magic seems to be the winner up here. BC has 0 dragons while 7 Deadly Sins does. Yeah, but is anyone talking about 7 Deadly Sins anymore? I don't feel like they are. So I feel like Black Clover's at least got that going for it. Okay, that elf guy is Randall, the vice captain of the Crimson Lion Kings. Oh, yeah, see, I don't remember. So he's got to stay in the garbage tier. And plus, the Crimson Lions are actually kind of garbage. They're letting Leo run that show, pretty much. So, yeah, no. I'm so sad the elves didn't do anything in the last arc. Hope that, yeah, facts. Having the elves not there was so weird to me. And especially not bring... The only elf they brought was the guy that couldn't fight. That's so wild to me. So I would love to know what the deal with that was. Rill is going to win this? I don't think so. Yeah, no. Rill's really versatile, but I don't think he could actually tag someone. I think he'd get very, very close. I'm putting him with kind of Swifty. He's getting over on Roddy's for sure, though. And Gildre. and Fonzel, and maybe Charlotte. No, because Charlotte was really carrying him. So the speed feats aren't that wild. Uh, he doesn't have much. The springtime of restriction spell is good to keep in the tuck, but other than that, I don't see him beating a lot of people up here. Just being honest. This guy, Tongue Guy, my favorite dude. I forgot about him. He's up here. No, he's not. Just kidding. But he definitely catches Mimosa. So, um, what do I do though? He's got no speed feats, but he caught Mimosa. Uh, he's got to be a cheater. He's gonna call timeout. He's definitely gonna call timeout before he gets beat. Salamander is up here. Salamander itself doesn't have speed feeds. And for I don't know. I actually have no idea where it. Here you go, Rax. I know you're gonna hate this, but this is the best I can do for a dragon. This is the best dragon ever, actually. Top of the line. Used to ride these bad boys for miles. I really want to say it gets caught immediately, or it's garbage. One of the two. Are any other spirits on here? Yes, they are. Okay. So, Salamander's catching Morris? Salamander's not catching Morris. With what? No. Salamander gets caught immediately. It's. I'm just not seeing what Salamander can do. Not without Fuegoleum. If we're separating spirits now. Who is this? Is that Zerx? No. Who is this? BC Salamander is a spirit dragon, Rax. Thanks. So, jeez, you think a guy that knows everything about dragons would know about dragons? Like, what? Anyway, yeah. Who is this? Is this? Oh, this is No, it's not. I was thinking it was that guy. Fought first at the exams, but I really can't remember this guy. I know the face. I'll put him down here. I'll put him with absolute garbage until. Is it Salim? Because if it is Salim, he's garbage anyway. Sally with her gel, that could be something. That could really be something. But I paired up everyone else. She's got to be with Roddy's. So if she's with Roddy's, then she could hype up his experiments. So there is that. Huh. I'll put them there. I think that's still fair. Even together. Rax, it's a fire spirit dragon. So you're wrong again. Another trash heart mage right there. Perfect. Sekre. Sekre could be a low-key menace. Ooh, and the fact that she can transform into a bird, that could really help her out. And along with just like those anti-birds being around in general, she could hide in with like a flock or something and then tag someone when they are least expecting it. I think I want to put her up here. I'm not quite sure where here yet, but she's definitely in the best tagger ever tier. Seke Bronzaza. Seke is really good. And I'm not saying that as a joke. Aside from Asta, no one is getting through that bronze cannon. Maybe someone like Dante or someone that's aimed with like a devil. But if we're talking like regular people, he's stopping them cold in their tracks. And then he's got the Hex Salamander. So I could really do some damage and slow someone down. I I gotta put him on the vice captain tier, at least. At the very least. At the very least. I'm sorry. I know it's probably gonna make someone mad, but I had to. I have to. Wait, this guy's name is Alec Dora, is it not? What's his name? And is he the sand guy? Did I mix him up with the other guy? What does he do? Isn't that Alec Dora? And isn't it sand? What do you do? I know it's something kind of cool. Um Damn it. I'm not getting it. If someone could remind me, that would be awesome. This guy, the eye guy, this was almost made for him. Um, but the matter is just closing in on someone, right? But then he was manipulating Leo, like he could move people where he wants them to go from a distance, and when they get closer, he could really, I think he could be up there, you guys. I really liked his magic too. Um, oh, he's the guy that made stone maps. I thought that was him. What did he do? No, this guy's the one who steered the like the base that the elves were using, right? Like that rock from the Gravito magic zone. He steered that thing. If that's the case, I don't know. I think he would get caught immediately. This dude, future, garbage. Don't even know why he's doing that. Solid. Is Solid doing anything? He could catch one person, for sure. He'd be above Nebra. No, he wouldn't. He'd be right there. Uh, yeah, I don't see what else Solid can really do. Soul gets caught immediately. She's pretty stupid, and her magic attribute it's pretty two-dimensional. But then again, she can manipulate the battlefield, having a more natural attribute. So I could really trip someone out. But like I said earlier, most of these guys can fly. So... and she did get bodied hard by Mimosa with just one spell. And as long as she's working with Asta, there's no way. There's no way she's succeeding. Yeah, I don't see it. See, Sola does reflect that hit from the devil, but he's got to make contact with his hand to someone's body. And I don't think he can really close that distance, because he's typically a mid to long range fighter. Very powerful, though. Definitely powerful. Body magic, dude. You know what? He's up here. This should be like a branch tier list. Because now we're getting mixed in with people who... He would not be the best tagger ever. We'll just do this. Or... can last without getting tagged. I think that helps out this list a bit, because he cannot catch most of these people. However, actually tagging this guy would take a lot from a particular mage, and as we see with Luck, like, he had to turn into lightning in order to make contact and actually break through his armor. Well, it's not about breaking through the armor, but we know that his body, like, he can turn his body into like a cannon. So if anyone gets close, he can just open up a hole and like shoot them. I think that helps him out a lot. That's the only thing that would keep him in the game. So Svenkin is one of the best up there. The guy Skin Magic, he would get caught because he is slow, but is a lot about not letting people catch him, right? Kingsman. So I think he survives. He's a survivor, but he's not like a predator up here. Sylph, she got to be quick, right? And like catching fairies, dude. Not even Goku could catch that little cricket. Remember, that's like old time Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Well, like he couldn't even catch that cricket. Like, is anyone really gonna catch Sylph like that? Come on, Bell low key stopped time unless that had something to do with Astaroth, which is could really be the case. But uh, if we don't even count that, standing alone, I don't know, man. I feel like she'd be kind of swifty. She could pull one over on a couple people, more than a few, more than a few. Right? Am I wilding out? I think that's fair. Like she doesn't have any speed feats herself, of course, right? But she's a wind spirit. Um, I don't know. Putting spirits in here just by themselves is kind of a setup. I'm gonna put her there just under the pretense that wind is probably one of the faster magic types. So I think we'll say that. And plus, like King's been saying, she is really small. It'd be really hard to tag her. Slodos is probably getting bodied in this, but we'll save him for last. The nun, the fire nun, who's got like didn't she have like the leopard fire type magic? She can catch one person, I think. She can definitely catch one. Um, she's not all that crazy though, so you know, age probably playing against her quite a bit. But other than that, I think catching one is fair. Um, yeah, yeah, she could definitely catch one of these people for sure. Foul show, Adremalak, we'll see. Undine, garbage. What are you even doing here? You let your whole kingdom down because you didn't want to teach an attack spell to a precious little girl when the whole kingdom was riding on both of you. No, you're garbage. I don't even want to acknowledge your name. Even though that is the real Woman Crush Wednesday. So, I do have to say that. Voltos. Voltos would be kind of slippery, not gonna lie. Dude. I didn't list this as like as one of the things, as one of the rules. But if we have boundaries like you would in a normal game of tag, just imagine a square for right now, right? Voltos pulled off the first large scale attack in the series. It wasn't really an attack. It was a retreat. So it was called like Massive Blackout or something, and it was at least the size of the town that they were in. So if he could do that and zap away like all the competitors, does that count as a win? It did take prep time for him to do that, but I just did want to put it out there. Um, Voltos, and able to shoot magic as well, concentrated mana through portals. He's pretty good at that. He could do that to someone's kneecap and totally just tag them while they're down. I'll put him up here. I think he's good enough to be up here. He's definitely a lesser Finral, I agree. Okay. Vanessa. Vanessa can be really tricky, right? She could, at the very worst of this, like if she's up here with these dogs, these animals, these monsters, she could just rewrite fate and not get tagged, right? I mean, I think that counts. And could she replace someone? No, that'd be like a shadow clone jutsu thing. But she can also manipulate someone with their strings. So she can bait someone too, really hard. I and set traps, that kind of stuff. I think she could be kind of swifty. She's definitely catching more than a few people, but she won't have the stamina to keep up with everyone in the long run. So she's not winning this whole thing. That's for sure. Then we got Vonica, the lady. with her blood magic, she's kind of speedy. Um, no. For tag, I don't. I think she's catching a few people. I think she's at the very top of this, having caught Ossier for sure. But would she really be good at tag? Yeah, I don't see her being that high up, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, she's not that far up. She doesn't do anything that great. But let me think about Decaying World. How can we apply that? What does Decaying World do in a game of tag? She can break down a magic spell fine, but there are people that can just outspeed her. She she doesn't survive that long. I don't really see it. Um, Veto. She's catching Mimosa, but not with Asta. With Mimosa, Veto uh, would have to be below Mario Leona for me, right? Because he could be like cheetah magic, porcupine magic if you try to tag him from behind. Not armadillo magic. I don't know, like octopus magic. He could just tag people by growing arms. Now he can't do it like that, but you know what I mean. He's pretty tough. I don't know. I think he could definitely be up there. But is he really winning that well against these people? He's not winning against Mario Leona. He could win against Lotus. Yeah, he's up there. I think he's up there. All right, William. Now this is interesting because they'd have to shut this guy down quick, right? So he's going to be up here, and the reason I put him up here is because, well, he hasn't shown like massive speed feats. The thing is that back when, um, back in the invasion of Catan, he spread his magic out throughout the town, and he was able to sap all their mana and kind of leave them helpless, right? So by doing that to these mages, he could win. However, who was going to let him get that far? Because he did have to accumulate that mana before he cast the spell. So could he really survive that long without getting tagged and get off that spell? Is the real question. I don't think he could. Especially with people that have intel on him, like Mario Leona. That's a hard mismatch. Fire against his wood. Even though it's like World Tree magic, it's still wood. So maybe he's vice captain. I feel better putting him there. I think that's definitely fair. The Witch Queen, my first love. The Witch Queen. She can use puppets. She can use people's puppets. Um, Ambitious, beautiful, smart. I don't know. Uh, can she really do well in a game of tag? She's got divinations, but they're not always on the fly. So she can catch a few people, but she can catch my feelings and my number. This is Zerx. Zerx is absolute garbage. So we won't do that. This is another one of those guys that invaded Black Clover, the kingdom with the witch. And I don't really remember what they can do. So I'm putting them there for now. Now we're getting into some like interesting characters here. The Witch Queen would be hard to get close to, you think? I don't think she would be. Yami. Yami Sugi. With Ki, he's got the dark magic cocoon that he could wrap himself in. So, for now, that hasn't really been broken, I don't think. He can bust through dimension, as we've seen. Sheesh, what can this get? He's got the black hole, the dark moon. He can move extremely fast. His mana zone is the largest battle applied mana zone that we've seen. So Where up here should he be? Should he just be below Dorothy? Is that fair? Because he did get caught by Dorothy. And that could easily, if it was just a game of tag, she would have won against Yami. So I think I have to put him there. I don't like it, but at least he's in the best. At least he's in the best. Oh, the guy has slime magic? Okay. So then he should at least be able to catch, what? 1? I don't really remember this guy. So I'm going to put him at 1. Now we got Yuno. Yuno with star magic, with his wind magic, and all that stuff. He's absolutely one of the best. Undebatable. However, who's he beating up? Here's the question, right? So he's beating Patri. Revchi alone, yes. Gildre alone, I don't know. This might be where he stops, right? The conjunction can only get you so far. But he's also just very swift on his own, right? Like with that dance, the wind magic dance that he does, avoids like everything. So that on top of being able to actually teleport is insane. And actually being able to teleport someone else is super useful. So let's put him over Gildre under the pretext that he has a star over Gildre to keep track of him. Well, he can't keep track of him, see? That's where it falls short. Can't do it. So I'll put him there. Then we got Zara Ideale. You don't think Yuno's catching... Okay, we'll go back to it. Zara. I mean, he got caught slipping hard, so caught immediately. Sorry. Xenon. With the spatial magic. In absolute space, too. Where no magic can exist unless you're in a room with Yuno or Asta. That's tough. That's really tough, you guys. But Xenon... with that power, Gildre shouldn't be able to exist within absolute space with that magic, so that's fine. That means their transformation should be getting undone if they enter that space. And he did pop up on Yami on some crazy shit. So, I'm going to have to put him above Julius, along with his brother. But I mean, they're kind of the same person anyway, so... Okay, Zora Ideale for the last human on this list. Zora with his traps, he can make things interesting. I would have to put him up here. Even laying down on a battlefield, people weren't tagging him, so he's got to be up here comfortably. And then with the trap on his body, I mean that really only applies to magic, but that could really be something. So he's up here. Absolutely up there. Okay, let's go back to Finral and Yuno really quick. So where do I have Finral? He's definitely up here. Okay, so I have Finral below Yami. Yami can sense him with Ki. Yami can sense Yuno with Ki as well, even if he's teleporting. So that means we're moving Yuno all the way down below Finral. And is he beating Gaja? Is the thing. Right? Is Yuno faster than Gaja? I don't think so. That would be a really interesting game. I think this is as close as it gets as far as like tag goes. Because that's tough. That's really tough. Let's get to these devils, though. Let's start with the goodest devil, Beelzebub. This is the source of just spatial magic, dude. And if he did all that for Xenon, he's absolutely above Xenon. No question, no debate, no cap. That's it. Nalith, Xenon can catch... Okay, so in the Spade arc, he was already a demon. So I don't count that. What else? Let's see. Nalith, what can she do? What can she do? So she was faster than Asta in his Devil Union form, and he tracks down higher sources of mana. So they were able to stay outside of that speed range. So they're really quick. And they can become intangible, which could be one of the best things to argue the case. However, that is Nolive, and we didn't see them turn into their respective attributes after the fusion, so I can't give them that. But I can give them just strictly speed, and I think I gotta put them over Mario Leona. Right? Definitely faster than Veto. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about where she would be. Is Beelzebub the source of spatial magic or the first user? We don't know. He was never labeled as the source either. But from what we got about, like Megicula, I guess we could assume. They also didn't say that about Lucifero or Namo or Lilith. So it's just really tough to say. But he's probably one of the first. Okay, Gimadello with his characteristic of Pack. Now, we'll attribute that to Gimadello, even though Noct kind of amps it. But with that, he can definitely catch a few people. Is he kind of swifty, though? No. Because those people above him can definitely handle themselves if he does Pack. And he didn't really do that great, even with Noct against Austin Liebe. So got to put him there. Liebe. Oh, this one's not going to be good because Liebe is going to say that he didn't get tagged, even though he knows damn well he did. That's just the nature of Liebe. I feel like he's not winning. That's for sure. He lost to a guy with zero magic, and one arm. So that's about the size of that. Okay, so now we have Lilith, who did well. So again, going back to this, she can turn into ice itself, and that could really, really mess up the game of tag for anyone. So unless you're Asta with the Demon Destroyer sword, you're not gonna win. So yeah, she might be up here, dude. Where do I put it? Where do I put her? I'll put her above Julia's. It's just because she can transform into her own attribute. And I got to do the same thing for Nama. That's only fair. That's the cheat that they have in this game. So that's the reason why I wanted to do this. Like I just want to look at like how different attributes and abilities are looked at in a different kind of light. And it's kind of funny that both of them separate would end up a bit better than their fused form. And it's just because they can't actually get touched. Liebe was holding back, and he has the same anti-magic ability, so he should be just as fast. Okay, so here's the thing. That whole fight was, the purpose of that was to display the difference between Asta and Liebe. Even though they traveled the same path, had the same journeys for the most part, Asta had the experience that Liebe did not. So he had all of the swords necessary to be able to pull off something crazy, but the fact of the matter is that he doesn't even know how to use the swords. So he was just cloaking them in all of his power and swinging them around, and that was the difference between him winning and losing. There was really nothing you can do. Mario Leona can also turn into fire or mana, but it's fire. She turns into fire. Not by her own will, she can't. So, once she did it, she was out of the game. So it's I won't include that. Lucifero is a cheater, bro. Okay. So with all the gravity and all that stuff, he was literally just built. He's the king of tag, is what it is, right? But here's a better question, guys. So just think about this. If Lucifer and Beelzebub are in the same room or the same place, which they are in the underworld, so imagine that. Can Lucifer's power exist within Beelzebub's absolute space? That is the question. Because no spell can exist within Beelzebub's absolute space. And even though he's using gravity, it's still within that space. So, I don't know. We'll keep going. Lucifergus, I don't think anyone can really get close to him. He loses just because uh, yeah, no, he loses just because no one can really get close to him. That's it. Sorry, he's not garbage. It's a misclassification. He wouldn't get caught immediately. I'll put him up there actually, because he did get caught in the relic, so someone did get him. But for the most part, everyone else would just die. So I don't know how I would place that guy. Magicula. Okay. So Magicula's got Decaying World on steroids. So what can she do? Other than that, she can raise the dead, but are there those were intentionally placed dead people. Her speed feats are not good at all. She didn't do anything. So yeah, she didn't really do much. I think that she's between here. Where is she going? Does she call timeout before she? Yes, she does. Because I don't know. I just get that vibe. I guess she would definitely call timeout before she gets tagged. Even though I don't know. No, she's gonna say she didn't get tagged. You know she's in the underworld right now. Like, no, but that was just a third of what I can really do. So I didn't really get defeated. It was just a third of me that got defeated. You know what I mean? She's got that vibe. Plumade, fast, swift, can move through floors, got great perception. I would say he can catch a few people. I definitely up there with Gimadello for sure. The speed and pack would cover about the same amount of ground. I feel like. Slodos, I don't think he does well at all. So you're going right down there with the garbage fame, Adremelec. So it's hard because we don't know what Adremelec can do. What? I don't know. He's got to be the. I think he gets caught immediately. He's giving me like Shikamaru vibes, slight Zora vibes, where he just kind of lays there. He doesn't want to do anything. That's what I get. Then we have, what's this one's name? Wagner. What can Wagner do? He can paralyze people for a hot minute, so that's worth something. But that's usually on a focused target, I feel like. They got Nama and Lilith with Noct. So, can at least catch one person. No, probably more. If they were able to stop Nama and Lilith for a little bit, I think it's safe to say they can stop someone for just enough time to tag them. That's what I'm going to go with. Adremelec is smart. We just don't know what he can, like, what he does, like, how he operates, what his attributes are, and how he would get ahead in a game of tag. It's just, it's a bit too hard to say. So, I gotta leave him there for now. Zagrid with word magic. This is, I mean, he's like Ron. He was using Ron's attribute not his actual attribute, but he was able to mimic it with his word magic. So if Ron is that good at tag, like Raya says, then what happens is that he ends up here inevitably. But how far into this can he get? I think he could stand a good chance against Naleth. Gaja, I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's just right there. Because he can definitely give any of the people below him a run for their money. Anyone above that might be a little bit too quick or has something else that puts them just over him. So I'm not seeing it. Ancient Demon. The Ancient Demon is garbage. So that's going there. But I know that we've placed everyone. But there's one person that I have to move now. Maybe two. Now that we've added in the Devils, and we have to assume that the Devils are going to overtake the battlefield in an overwhelming showcase. And the only one who can stop all the Devils is none other than my boy Asta. Right there. Which means I got to move Mimosa down. She's not catching anyone. She's... Wait, I have Tongue Guy up here. Where is he at? Oh, I put him down there. So yeah, he's in the game. So he said she can at least catch him and Magna. So she's up there. She's definitely above this guy, I feel like, though. And her. So this is the list. Absolute garbage. We have some fan favorites in there, like Dominatio, Henry, Morgan, Undine, the Ancient Demon from the Spade. Slodos is down there. I mean, we're talking garbage, you guys. People who get caught immediately. Again, we got some big favorites. Adremelec is just down there only because we don't know what he can do. That's all. He's only down there because there's no other place for him, and we know he's not garbage. That's it. Lucificus, he can't even keep people alive long enough to tag them. He's disqualified. Done. That should have been just another one. Disqualified. Zara, he got caught slipping by his own squad. So, nah. He's garbage. Caught immediately. Soul, I don't even need to say it. She's just garbage. This guy, keep forgetting his name. Nah, not it. Salamander's just Salamander. Just not important at all. Who is this? Ralph? Ralph, again, got bodied by the literal elements of the outside. He's not tagging anybody. Then we got her, forgot her name. Not doing anything with her magic. Her dad's not doing great at all. This guy is whatever. Fauna, human Fauna. That's elf Fauna before she died, actually. We'll say that's human Fauna. Human Fauna's not doing anything either. Charmy's too busy eating food. She's going to get caught immediately. This guy's just a grunt. Gets caught immediately. That's it. The cheaters that say they didn't get tagged, but definitely did get tagged. Magicula's one of them. Again, she's bragging in the underworld like, yo, that was only a third of me. Imagine if all three of me was there in the same place. I'd have been just like, I would have been killing him. But no. You know, see? She's making excuses as we speak. Liabe got the same energy, dude. He would never admit defeat. He just never could. Even though he's literally on, in the anime and in manga, accepting a defeat, a mutual agreement on his defeat even. But anyway, we'll skip past that. Morris, come on. Of course he's one of the one thing he had to do was play tag. And he failed miserably. Ridiculous. Leo, garbage. Klaus, just not suited for the game. Just gotta say. Game Master, just not the setting. If this was a different setting, this could actually end up being his game. But it is the Clover Kingdom on land. So, gotta acknowledge that. Tongue Guy, nah, he's calling timeout. You just can't do it. Not unless he's got that that revival spell or curse Vonica put on him. Nail guy, garbage. Fuegolean, garbage. Come on. Complains that only one person's targeting them. It's got to be Fauna, I feel like. And I feel like the one person might be like Mars. Who knows? Then we have Magna. Luck is definitely aiming for Magna. So Magna's not surviving this whole thing because Luck is going to target him. Now let's go straight up here. This is the most important part. So, how second stage Supreme Devil under the Twin Devils? What do you mean? Second stage Supreme Devil? You mean Nolith? If that's what you mean, Nama and Lilith fused together, how they're below actual Nama and Lilith, is because we didn't see that version of them become intangible. The only reason why Nama and Lilith are up there are because it would be literally impossible to tag them, because you can't tag fire and you can't tag ice. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't turn out great. But it's not actually touching their body. So they win just off of that. Not win, but they get by off of that. Okay. Zora, I think, would be at the lowest end of this. He's not getting past a lot of these people. Svenkin is over this guy, I think. And it's just about survival in that sense. He's surviving this game. And he's not going to... he's not going to tag anyone, though. So I got to keep him pretty low. Sekre, now, these guys are up here because they can transform into someone else. And if no one else is aware that they transformed, then it would be really tough to know what you're looking for and what to avoid. So, with that said, in also talking in the aspect of survival, I think she could wait out quite a while. And I would be very comfortable putting her below Yami. And it's not because she's fast. It's just because she could wait it out. She could survive the game. But when it gets to like these upper tier guys, that's when she's going to lose. Because pretty sure, it hasn't been stated, but I wouldn't be surprised if she couldn't get past Yami or Asta's key reading, even in the bird form. So that could hurt her. Okay, will Asta ever get magic? I believe he will, yeah. And it might not... Okay. There's a part of me that does think he'll get magic. There's another part, a larger part, that thinks... that I think he'll get something else. And it's not going to be key. It's going to be a separate power system entirely. But what it is, I'm not sure. Remember, guys, this is based on tag, not strength. Right. Okay. Down there, Nozel. Now, can he get past Lolo Pechka and Noel? Is the question that I have. Because this is a hard barrier. This is a very specialized thing. That, and I don't see him getting past Ludic Sanctuary with her in her mermaid form. So, I think I'm good keeping Nozel right there. I gotta put Noel above Lolo Pechka, though. There we go. Okay. So now, this is kind of the area of people that can alter the field itself and, like, make their own little, not space, but, like, their own rules to this area, right? So you have Kirsch, and can Kirsch overtake the magic that they have, though, is very questionable. And I would say no, personally. So I gotta move him down. Gray and Gauche, within water, against these two. Oh, well. Can Gray transform the entire Ludic Sanctuary? Because if she can, then they have an issue. But I don't think she would be able to. We haven't seen her do any, like, large scale transformations, right? Oh, but with Gal, she can multiply herself. So that's the way they can get around it. That's tough. That is really tough. I might. I might. No, I'm gonna keep him there. They beat them. Okay. Then we get Lotus. Lotus, could he beat Gaussian Gray? I mean, if they're multiplying and turning Ludic Sanctuary into something else, then they can definitely do that with Smoke. But that's not the only thing that he has. He can also be invisible, so part of the survival game, he's got down on point. So he could last until the end of the game for sure. But Veto could probably sniff him out. I I I don't know. It's just one of those things you don't have the evidence fully for. Because doesn't Veto have Key as well? We don't know if Key can be sensed with. Oh wait, do we? No, we don't. We don't know if his Key can be sensed. Uh, yeah. Hold up, I gotta get my timeline straight. No, it can't be because there's no other way Asta would have been able to find him in the smoke, right? Man, I gotta reread that. Um. Okay, so Veto loses against Mario Leona. Can probably sniff out Lotus. Mario Leona is not touching Nolith. Um, they might be relative in speed. No, can we say that? Yeah, we could probably say that. Relative in speed, but is she quick enough to? Yeah, maybe Mario Leona can catch Nolith. So Nolith moved down. Veto cannot catch Nolith, that's for sure. I think there's a giant power cliff right there. So then we move into another class of just whatever. Zagrid, if he's got all the mouths open, he could probably avoid Mario Leona pretty well. So I think I can keep him there. Gaja can catch him. Absolutely can catch him. He was struggling with Lumiere. He was struggling with everyone, actually, as far as speed goes. So I might put Mario Leona over, just to be fair. You know, this is as close as it's getting, as far as like a tag game goes. This would be a great game. As far as entertainment value, these guys right here would be the game. Maybe along with like Dorothy too, and Luck, and Knocked for sure. But yeah, I can see getting kind of duped by Sekre from becoming a burden, that sort of stuff. I don't know. Tabata said Nozel is the next Wizard King. Wonder if that's true. When did he say that? Uh, okay, sorry. And then we have Yami Sukihiro. He's got the Black Cocoon, which can keep him safe. So if we're talking survival, he could definitely last. Gravity's not going to touch him. Can his spells exist within absolute space? Well, he can bust that space, so there's that. So he could potentially do well against like Xenon or Beelzebub. He just got blindsided, honestly. But that is part of the game, right? So as long as that happened, I think he's got to stay there. He definitely got Dante, so I got to move Dante down. Then we have Luck. Luck's not getting caught by Dorothy. Just straight up is not. Not currently. I think he'll have issues with Noct, because here's how it would go in my head, right? Luck is going to aim for Magna first. That's it. And then as long as he's distracted by that, and other strong-looking opponents, Noct can definitely slip into a shadow and just tag him easily. So I think Luck is fine there. Noct is fine there. With Patri, I think I'll move him above Patri. I think I will do that. Now this is just where the cheat codes start. Because then you have Revchi teamed up with Gildre. No one's going up against that and coming out of it, except for Asta, of course. And then you have Raya. Now, Raya could even touch both of their grimoires, and he could become an even bigger issue. So Raya's fine right there. This is definitely placed right, I think. Julius up here, yeah, he's up there. Now, let's make it a little more interesting and say it's Lucius along with that. I would have to put him up there. Well, up there, right? Because he did catch Lucifero. I think I'm going to put Beelzebub over him still. And this might look a bit more accurate now. So Xenon, with his absolute space, should be able to neg their forms, and by that point should be able to catch him. And then we have Lucifero. I was going to say he didn't show us any real speed feats, but he did. He snuck up on Asta from like miles away. So that's a thing. He's just blatantly fast. So with the power of gravity and the presence of the Demon King, yeah, everyone's just going to be on the ground, pretty much. Except for like But he's going to catch Lucifero. He needed Noct and Yami's help a ton, so I don't think he could. And he was ready to. Remember that? Which one is it, left or right? He was ready to throw some real hands. So I don't think he could best even. So I think definitely this top row is absolutely correct. But you guys have let me know what you think about this tier list. I'm sorry, I looked at it and I realized like I haven't really done a tier list, and I figured that the first one I do should be absolute garbage, and it should be a game of tag. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. But other than that, I think I will end the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully I can have a better tier list the next time we do this. But be on the lookout. Me and Broku will be doing a stream together on Saturday on his channel. So be prepared, because we got lots to talk about. But other than that, this has been Jack Goes to Go. You either know or you don't.